The other one with the scenes that blew me away is when he went to the records company offices, and he's in offices performing songs that become iconic.
They were ignoring him.
And they're like, hey, Kathy, what's up in the hallway? I'm like, are you kidding me?
Like, are you listening? Yeah. And it was like, and the line was like, and she couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis. And the girl is sitting there, she's like, oh, that's a cute line.
Yeah.
Listen, it's a lot of shows, man. There's some good shows on right now. This is a good time if you're a TV person. You got a new season of Snowfall. All right, you got yeah, man. And you got Belair. That was a mean twist. You got Kanye's documentary, which I really didn't want to. I didn't want to click on, but it's like
brilliant.
It's fire, man.
It truly is brilliant.
It's fire.
I ended up watching last night. And I watched this morning. I watched this afternoon. So I think I'm caught up to all the released episodes.
Yeah, I haven't seen the second one though.
Freaking just brilliant.
The way it's put together.
The way
man.
it's done. It has so many just these crazy intimate human moments that are just amazing. And just the whole notion you're shooting the video of him and he's at a McDonald's broke just hanging out. It's within 2 years he couldn't do that.
So what's crazy about that the documentary, not that just that I can relate to it, right, is we're in a time where everybody looks at him as this crazy deranged. You feel me?
Right.
Like he insane. But when you actually watch the documentary, like on the first episode, there were 3 or 4 things that he did or said, right, that actually came into fruition, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like he was like, I'm gonna change my name to Ye. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna drop my name. And he was like, talking about, Kanye West, and they don't even want to call me Mr. West. You know what I'm saying? And then he started talking about this was gonna happen and that was gonna happen. Like, it's crazy. But the thing I got most out of that, especially the first documentary, was how much his mother meant to him.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Man, when that man walked in and his mother greeted him, bruh, and the way she motivated him and inspired him, bruh, that touched me in such a way. I was like, this is crazy, but it shows you his drive. Like, they say people that are talented like that are crazy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They look at you, it's crazy. Or what they call them elementary school kids, you gifted.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That was me, got all these talents and can do. It's just that your mind are running and racing, you know what I'm saying, all the time, and people look at him like, man, we all human. We all got our issues. Now, clearly, there are some things that, are a little off the rip.
Well, and I don't know how far this project's going to go.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if, how many more episodes there are, but it's got to, I hope it continues to the point where, his mother passes and some of these other things that he's gone through, and you see, more clearly how and intimately how this stuff's affected him. Because he definitely is, just a guy on the, a really talented guy just trying to find his way. And there were so many little moments. I love the moment when he's at his mom's place and he's talking to her about playing the song for Jay-Z. And then Jay-Z, and it's so funny. It's just a conversation between a son and a mother. And, it's but you're talking about making iconic music.
And she was so interested.
Yeah.
It was that was a crazy, that was a dope reaction.
My favorite part about that conversation was the first thing she brought up. She started rapping the verse.
Yeah.
His verse from in high school. And she was like, I told you rap this part and no rap this part. And it was like, his mom really was that for him.
And really was involved.
The other one with the scenes that blew me away is when he went to the records company offices, and he's in offices performing songs that become iconic.
They were ignoring him.
And they're like, hey, Kathy, what's up in the hallway? I'm like, are you kidding me?
Like, are you listening?
Yeah.
And it was like, the line was like, and she couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Alexis. And the girl is sitting there, she's like, oh, that's a cute line.
Yeah, she laughed.
You named her daughter Alexis. And that became, like you said, an iconic line.
Yeah.
The song
What's crazy is you hear about those stories all the time.
Yeah.
But to
We don't see
actually
it.
witness it,
Yeah.
like this is genius because I think the dude said they filmed for like 7 years or something like that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like to think, okay, me, I'm a cameraman. You get what I'm saying? Me, I'm a producer. I'm like, and my wheels of course are turning, but I could literally see, you get what I'm saying, how it was all put together and how it, it came together, man.
But look at that, how he was, for lack of better terms, nothing at the bottom of the tiers of artists. And to have that wherewithal, first of all, for the cameraman to say, I want to start doing this. I want to start filming him while he's here because I believe he's going to get there.
Yeah.
And then for Kanye to say, you know what, I think I'm going to get there. So, that's fine. You can tag along and film us.
But, I mean, there's so many lessons out of the whole thing.
Crazy.
Like that thing, like, again, like the camera guy, Cootie's his name.
Yeah.
He saw something,
saw
before
something, man.
a bunch of these other industry people saw it. And Kanye, like, no plan B. No plan B. I'm going. This is what I'm gonna do.
And it showed, and also a lot in the beginning where he was a producer.
Yeah.
But he was trying to let everybody know, like, no, I rap too. Like,
Yeah,
I really want to rap.
What he said was the only reason I make beats is to rap on.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of people didn't catch that. He said that's the only reason I make beats is to rap on.
It's a huge thing because even in other industries and other things, you can get pigeonholed in doing a specific function.
Exactly.
And for him to resist that,
he never lost track of his vision.
yes, and I think a lot of people do, a lot of us do.
Yeah.
Where you're like, you get into a job, you start functioning, you develop a little skill set, and you're like, all right, well, people,
I'm good here.
yeah. And or you just like, oh, you're not forceful enough, and then people just put you in that box.
Boom.
And the thing about it is, he was so great at producing. That's all they seen his ceiling as.
Yeah.
Because he was, you feel me?
Yeah.
He brought the sound. You get what I'm saying? He brought the style. You get what I'm saying? And when you bring something like, come on, Ace to the Izzo, like a record like that, you're like, golly.
You know what I'm saying?
You get what I'm saying? Like that man flipped Michael Jackson. You know what I'm saying? And some other samples.
Yeah.
And you see somebody like that, you just like, man,
Yeah.
that boy the GOAT. You get what I'm saying?
He talked about that too. When he was in the car with the guy, the cameraman, it was just him and the guy in the car. He was like, you know what? I am going to bring a new sound. I'm going to start flipping those samples and use them this way. And then that's one of them. The Michael Jackson it went to the H to the Izzo. Now, unfortunately, I only saw the first episode because my ex signed me out of the Netflix account.
Use mine, cuz.
Yeah, I got your Netflix account too, bro.
Did they get to the accident?
Yeah.
So I ain't seen that part.
Yeah,
yet.
they covered the accident.
That dropped yesterday.
Yeah, they got to the accident,
12-1.
and then kind of how like he really, even though he got signed to Rockefeller, and then he has the accident, they really just put a pause on his releasing his project, and he is going around like borrowing studio time from other people because they gave him no budget for anything. The Through the Wire video he financed on his own.
Yikes!
$33,000 to do that because there was no budget. And there's so many great scenes. There's like a scene when he's in the studio with Pharrell and he starts performing. I think it was Through the Wire, and Pharrell they're standing there face to face, and Pharrell just like runs out of the room, down the hallway, collects himself, comes back. He goes, I heard two things. You're one of my favorite artists ever. it just was crazy. Like, it was such a natural reaction.
What was crazy about the first episode too was remember he was playing the joints for Scarface.
Scarface didn't really like him.
It was like he was vibing out. Yeah, that's crazy. That's cold.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You said what here, and he never. You feel me?
Yeah.
And that's like. My whole thing is, I know Scarface a legend to so many, but what if he had did it?
You know what I'm saying?
What it did for his career?
Yeah,
because he's like one of those people. Like I look at Jay-Z, why he's to me one of the greatest is because his music has transcended so many eras. But you look at some people that got stuck in the era. You know what I'm saying? And like Scarface, one of them people who got but he could.
He literally watched the future passing by.
Yeah, passing by.
He really did.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a.
And both of those records became like huge records that he
Humongous,
passed on.
dog.
Didn't even call him back.
Yeah, just crazy.
But Kanye took the one thing that Scarface said. He was like, "Yo, you're incredible."
Yeah.
And he didn't call me back. He didn't like the records, but he told me I'm incredible, so I'm fucking incredible. I'm taking this to MTV. Yo, Scarface told me I'm incredible, and I got it on tape.
Exactly.
And that's it.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's it's crazy. I don't know what the plan is. I hope they keep going and have more, like, and it connects closer to now.
And it's crazy that right now how it was released is almost like it was strategic. You get what I'm saying? That as the world paints him as this.
Yeah.
Now you got to see the real. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
But that's kind of a little bit the cynical side of me, is I almost feel like
it was done on purpose.
that he might have acted out on some of the stuff he's been in social media with lately, just to have the buzz, and now this drops, and it's just there's almost a little strategy to it, man. I don't know.
Smoke and mirror.
Yeah.
Look here.
But I mean, it's a must see. Like, you have to see this.
Incredible.
Like, if you value music, if you value hip hop culture, if you value like ambition and greatness on any level, watch this. You will not be disappointed.
I'll say this. I feel that like documentary style shooting and like documentaries like that are gonna become the wave.
I think so, especially if they're well done, because some of them can get boring and stuff like that. But when they're like this, I mean, it's so well put together. Yeah. And I've seen some, of course, the MJ doc was really good. There are some, the Five, the Fabulous Fab Five was well done.
ESPN 30 for 30, they kill it.
They're killing it. So, if they're well done like that, that's going to be the way. That's the next wave. I mean,
what blew the way they just ran with the simple, vulnerable footage in this.
Yeah.
And they didn't.
Oh, it's raw.
They didn't kill you with a lot of I'm sitting here talking about it. We'll show you 30 seconds of footage from back then.
No,
they let it run, and that's the brilliance of that project, man. Yeah. And I haven't seen too many projects that just really rely so strongly on that raw footage.
Nah, the B-roll is mostly just him talking. I mean, it's the guy, the camera. What's the other
guy? Cootie.
Cootie. That's the B-roll. Instead of, like you said, instead of Kanye on there, like, yeah, man, like 2004, I was here and we was doing this. And like you said, they're showing the actual footage.
What it takes away is it's the genius of it. When you're, mid 30, 40-year-old Kanye, you're going to revise your own history.
Yeah.
It's human nature.
It takes that
part
out.
But they take that part out, and you just look at 21-year-old, 22-year-old talking, interacting, being himself, and it speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And you don't give him even the opportunity to revise his own history. And that's not a Kanye crazy thing. That's just a human thing.
Yeah.
If we retold our stories, we do the same thing. But you take that away with that raw footage, man. It's just brilliant.
Yeah, you really do, man. Once again, you're on the bench with Bubba and Pink, home of sports, music, and mayhem. We're all over the place. Just Google us and subscribe. That'll really do us some good, man.